Hey filmmakers, it's Jason Brubaker with Filmmaking Stuff, where we show you how to make, market, and sell your movie without the middleman. I decided to go live today. I'm talking to you from sunny Southern California, and I'm having my morning cup of coffee, and I thought I'd take a few minutes to share with you some ideas on film distribution. As you probably know, if you've been listening to the Filmmaking Stuff podcast or reading the Filmmaking Stuff blog or being part of the Filmmaking Stuff newsletter, the American film market has just wrapped, and it was a heck of a market. Interestingly enough, I'm starting to see the shift take place from where we're going from that purely physical world of DVD distribution, both domestically and foreign, to getting more into digital and video on demand distribution, which, as you probably know, is my focus and continues to be my focus. I want to talk to you quickly about release windows. There were a lot of questions that came up about how you would want to specifically release a film when it comes to digital distribution. So there's three different categories in video on demand. And for those of you that are nerds, you probably would say, oh, video on demand means rentals. Okay, I get it. But the term is evolved, and I tend to use it to encompass a lot of things. So just bear with me. The three different types of video on demand that I want to focus on right now is TVOD, which stands for transactional video on demand, SVOD, which stands for subscription video on demand, and AVOD, which stands for advertisement supported video on demand. And the reason I list those three different categories of video on demand in that order is you'll see, depending on, I would say that most film distributors agree in terms of best practices, you always want to release TVOD, SVOD, AVOD. And the reason for this is pretty simple. If your film is already available in a subscription service, another way to look at it is if your film is already available for free, will anybody ever go back to buy it? So examples of TVOD marketplaces would be iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, Vudu, Fandango Now, PlayStation, Xbox, and Google Play. You would want to start out typically in those platforms, make as many sales as you possibly can, and then when your sales start to plateau or begin to drop off, that's when you start exploring SVOD. Again, SVOD stands for subscription video on demand, and that typically comes 30, 60, 90 days, or if you're making really, really good sales in TVOD, you might want to hold off for SVOD for a while. But when you go into SVOD, three popular platforms for SVOD would be Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime. Now, both Netflix and Hulu will pay a licensing deal for 1 to 2 years for any content that they're interested in. But when we're talking about Amazon Prime, although it's a subscription service, you're actually paid based on engagement. So the more minutes viewed in Amazon Prime, ultimately the more money you make. And then you would want to go into subscription usually for 1 or 2 years, depending on the license or your goals. And then later on down the road, you can explore AVOD, which is advertisement supported video on demand. A big example of that would be Tubi TV. Now, back in the day, it was Hulu, right? Hulu was the one that everybody talked about. They would pepper your content with advertisements. As mentioned, Hulu's now moved into more of a subscription model, but Tubi TV is picking up where Hulu left off. For a lot of these outlets, you're going to need to use an aggregator. An aggregator is another fancy term for a digital distributor. And there's plenty of aggregators out there. I happen to work for one called Distribber. You can always email me there, jason@distribber.com. But all of that to say, for those of you that are interested in learning more about video on demand distribution and specifically how you might release your film for maximum engagement and frankly maximum sales, I'm going to put a link over in the comments area. I don't know how to point to it. I think it's over here, or it might be over here, or it might even be down here. But regardless, I'm going to put a link to the comments area. You can click that link for more information. And with all of that said, I'll see you soon. And if you like this video, leave some comments down below, and I'll be sure to create more of these videos because they're kind of fun. With all of that said, I hope you have a great day, and I'll be talking with you, real soon.